And just like that, you're back on board. Welcome back to Switchboard. Of course, I'm with the team, and I told you he is in studio. You know how excited I am. We have Blinky Bill right here. But Blinky, that's not actually your real last name, right? So Blinky, what's your last name?
Salanga.
Salanga.
Yes.
Blinky, karibu sana Switch TV.
Asante
This is where
sana.
us guys are.
Yeah.
This is where the juice is
This is
stored.
where the juice. You guys have a really nice studio.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Studio
it.
safi kabisa.
Okay, so let's start. You know what? Okay, it is Superfan Saturday here on the show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually start with a Superfan question for you.
Oh, really?
Yes, we'll start with the Superfan question. There's a few that have come in. One I found interesting was from Iman James is asking, have you ever experienced sexual harassment from ladies in the industry? Like while you've been in the industry?
No.
Wow. What a way.
What a way to start.
What a way to start.
To break the
Start the
ice
show.
somehow.
Like, well, what can I say?
All right, I'm going to throw to you another question from a fan as well.
Yes.
Someone else asked you, I read it, I am not looking at it now because I can't find it, but they asked you, have you gone through a heartbreak in your life, but not from a point of a relationship angle? What else? What kind of heartbreak did you go through?
Yeah, actually, a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
I lost a really good friend of mine. And he was actually going to shoot one of my videos. So if you've seen there's an ad that I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can mention
The
names.
brand.
Yeah, but it's like there's an ad I'm in that's on TV.
Yeah.
And this guy, he was based in South Africa.
Yeah.
And we've been talking from December. I was like, I'm going to shoot your video.
Yeah.
I was going to... So on a Friday last month, we had a video call. And then on Monday, I'm told he died. I was like,
What?
Yeah, so for me, that was like heartbreaking.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Sorry for
But it's life.
Yeah, it's life.
Wow, I'm so sorry for your loss. But I only got to know you from the beginning till this point here, right?
Yeah.
What got you into music? What inspired you?
My other band is called Just a Band. And we put out our first project in 2008. But before that, I've always just loved music. So even as a fan of music, I'm a fan of music at the very basic level. So I'm always listening to stuff when I wake up in the morning. That's how I start my day before I sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like my whole day is music orientated in a way. So that's why I got into it, because it's something that I really love.
All right, and you dabble in a lot of genres, but if you could pick one, which one would it be?
Hiyo ni ngumu.
Yeah.
Hiyo ni ngumu.
You're the creative ingia hapa tukufungia hapa.
It's like, I love hip hop, I love jazz, I
Yeah.
love funk, I love African music, I love all of them. Jazz, labda nitakuwa jazz musician, sema tu bana. Nimeacha kila kitu.
I like jazz too.
Jazz too.
So what's your inspiration behind your new song, Mungu?
Mungu Halali.
Yeah.
It's just looking at life, and understanding. Like my album is called Everyone's Just Winging It and Other Fly Tales, which is a mouthful. But at the end of the day, there's no, like, in regards to what I've just said about my friend, there's no guarantee for anything.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make something, like, it's sort of a Thanksgiving song, but it's also my Jesus Walks moment.
It's your Jesus Walks moment.
That's my
Fantastic.
Jesus. That's my Jesus Walks.
Yeah. I want to go
In my
back, pull
catalog.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
And same in the same spirit, because you were saying like you are first a basic music fan.
Yeah.
So when did you actually first discover this is actually something I can do? And
Yeah.
when did you decide that, I want to do it full time?
I was in college studying sports science. I was like, man,
Yeah.
hii kitu hainiwezi kabisa. Like, I'm not getting anything. I'm naturally good at making music.
Yeah.
So me and all the guys we started Just a Band with were having the same issue.
Yeah.
So they were like struggling with class,
Yeah.
but we are all artists.
Yeah.
In fact, not even just musicians, we were artists.
Artists.
And so that's how we ended up doing this.
Yeah. So what was like your parents' reaction when you were like, I want to do music full time?
Hawakufurahi.
Ilikuwa ngumu.
Ilikuwa ngumu. Ngumu sana. But eventually because even when I was describing the kind of stuff that I wanted to do, there was no like a local example.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say that I want to do it in this way. So sometimes you have to show people what you want to do, because they can't understand.
How did you end up teaming up with a French production company? Like, how did that come about?
So what happened was, I was playing at a show in Arusha, and this guy who manages a friend of mine, an artist in the States, was in the audience. I was like, how do people not know about this guy? So for the beginning of 2017, the beginning of last year, every other week he was calling me. We need to talk. I want to work with you. Then I was also just figuring out my album. And eventually I was like, you know what? I've been working on music for a while. Let me just trust a team this time and see what could happen. And so he's based in Paris. And he got me a label that is based in Paris as well. And yeah, so we put out the first project, and it's been
interesting. How you speak about it's just like, one thing have led to the other, and boom, there you have it.
But also, it's a mix of that's why that song for me is powerful, like Mungu Halali, because sometimes you can work in the background for such a long time, and watu wanakuwa like people just see you in that way, but it's cool to know that it might look easy, but it's not been easy. But it's like and I'm grateful for everything.
Yeah. So if we're going to talk about the video, it's shot by Bithi, and then of course it shows diversity in Kenya, right?
Yeah.
Who came up with this idea?
It was me and Bithi, actually, because we used to shoot a lot and direct a lot of the Just a Band videos. He's one of my Just a Band mates. And for this song, I didn't want something like, let's go to a church and shoot in a church. I wanted something that captures the essence of Nairobi living and just showing how life is in the city. So like a little bit of it is captured there. You can see my mom and my dad. It's like it's just a very aina madoido mingi.
We can also see Leonard Mambo Mbotela on the video. Like, where did you get him? Legendary.
I was talking to a friend of mine. She's a writer. She's called Nanjala. She has a book out. And I was like, man, I really would want Leonard Mambo in this video. And she was like, you know what? I know him. I was like, what? You know him? It's like, yeah, I know him. And then she introduced me to him. And then, yeah, we went to his house. I shot that clip at his house. But also, it's such a big piece of Kenyan history. Like, if you know what happened with the coup in '82, and then he was captured to go announce. Like so to me, is a way of just making people remember that we have legends in this Nini, and it's such a big honor for him to be on my project. Yeah,
but you're like one of the few people in Kenya who's a singer, songwriter, producer, DJ, basically all-rounder. So how do you stay focused? What keeps you motivated?
I'm not focused.
It doesn't look that way.
No, but I'm just committed to the work, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what I care about. I'm not concerned very much about a celebrity in that sense. It's nice, but for me it's just, is this the best thing that I could possibly put out? And if it's not the best, how can I improve it and make it better? Like that's for me what I care about. So that's how I end up looking like I'm focused, but also because I care about the work.
Yeah.
Interesting. you've worked with so many people, you know, from across the world, different nationalities.
Yeah.
Like, do you have someone you look up to internationally or just across the world? Maybe it could be even Kenya, who knows?
Man, I think he's crazy, but I love Kanye West.
Yeah.
It's like, he's such a forward thinker. He's like, he's been pushing the buttons for such a long time.
Yeah.
And I respect that. Pharrell, obviously.
Pharrell.
I wish one day I want to be in studio with Pharrell. That's one of my dreams.
Yeah. You guys will look together wearing the same hats, you know.
Because I'm happy. That's crazy.
I was gonna say, is there a chance that Just a Band might actually get back together and give us some new music? Because I mean, they featured in your video.
Yeah.
So, do we?
Yeah, for sure. Like, we worked with Just a Band the way, like, we all loved Daft Punk. And Daft Punk would be, like, they take 7-year breaks, then they, or even 10-year breaks, and then they come back. But also, I wanted to be able to do pull off something of mine that I can say this is my project.
Yeah.
And it's worked out really well because all of them are very supportive, and I'm also very supportive of everyone else. It's like, yeah, so you never know. Just keep your eyes peeled.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So on your way to touching the skies, we're going to talk about mentorship real soon. But before that, I want to read a question from a fan.
Yeah.
There's one here. Your number ends with 203. You're asking, ask Blinky Bill what inspires him in music. There's another one here. Ask Blinky if he's single. Okay, your number ends with 254. Stick around. I believe you're in the 254. Yeah. Go on.
Kuna maswali zingine?
Zingine.
Uliza zote sahihi.
Tukiendanga, okay, sasa.
Alafu uzikumbuke.
Okay, I'm going to keep looking. There's
Okay, yeah.
coming
So,
in.
what
Fast,
inspires me in music? I always want to do different things as a musician. So, like, I think this, in the total body of work that I have is 5 projects in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So 3 Just a Band, 2 solo projects. And for me, all of them sound different from each other. And that keeps me motivated because now the next project, I want it to sound different from my new project.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to ever make the same thing twice.
Yeah.
It's like, kama tulifanya hai, kama unataka kusikia hai, end up by 82, sikie hai. If you like Mungu Halali, it's not gonna come back in that way. I'm gonna do something else. Yeah. And I've given myself the freedom to do that. So, I also just to see how, like, the music if it can work in Kenya, but it can also work in other markets. So, and that's kind of happening. I can see there's a lot of different spaces where the music is working. So it makes me feel like I'm not mad. Yeah. And then, am I single?
Yeah.
Nilikuja kwa dunia hii kama single man.
What does that mean?
You know swali nyeti.
What does that mean?
I was born solo.
Okay,
So utatoka solo.
I was asking for Anne, you know. She really wants to know.
And tuende tukunywe kahawa huku nje. Tuongee.
Muongee sio?
Unajua atatoka tu show hivyo and strictly after the show.
Yeah, I heard, I got it. That one, my sweetie, right. Caught that one.
Blinky probably thinks this is a fun. Joto imekuwa mingi nataka kujipepeta, lakini this is that segment we call, these are the easiest questions.
Oh God, bana leo sijalala, so akili yangu haiwaka.
So tunataka kuchague 3 cards, alafu we're going to ask you the questions from the 3 cards.
Okay, katikati.
Sahi.
Mwisho, third last.
Okay, so no, mtu orange.
Alafu the second one.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Very fast. So, Blinky,
Oh,
every
God.
every card has 3 questions, all right? So I'm gonna say card number 1, question 1, 2, 3, then you get to choose which question.
Sawa.
Sindio.
Mimi naona ni kama mnanienjoy.
Maswali ni mbogare. Ni rahisi sana. So question number 1, card number 1, question 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Choose
2.
2. What is the most daring thing you've ever done?
What is the most daring thing I have ever done? What's the most daring? One, now I'm gonna sound like a boring guy.
10 seconds. There you go.
Okay. The most daring thing I've ever done was bungee jumping.
Okay. Right before the bell went off. All right. All right, moving on. Card number 2, question 1, 2, 3. 3. How do you spend your weekend?
My weekend,
Friday to Sunday.
I spend it reading, watching movies, and playing video games.
So you're just a more indoor person?
I'm an indoor person.
And now you know.
Now you know.
Please leave me.
Moving on. The last card, question 1, 2, 3.
1.
1. If you could be fly on the wall, where would you land?
A fly on the wall.
Yeah.
State House.
State House. There you go. Blinky na kumit na unyezi jona
Bana,
mgeni.
bana.
Okay, I want to say a massive thank you for coming through.
Thank
It's
you.
very rare that I'm speechless, so today has been one of those
It has
days.
been that day.
Let's check out your new song because I really do want to see it, and of course we'll be right back. Let's check out some more great music.
Cool, thank you.
Thank
Nimepitia majanga makubwa lakini Mungu halali. Nimepotea nisipatikane lakini Mungu halali. Nasema kweli Mungu halali. Mungu halali. Si lazima unikumbushe kuwa mimi mwenye dhambi. Najua tena sana, najijua tena sana. Si lazima useme kuwa mnyonge kweli hana haki. Naona kila siku, tunaona kila siku. Kwa neema nasimama, ile mwamba ni salama. Binadamu hanitishi, natembea kwa imani. Kwa neema nasimama, ile mwamba ni salama. Binadamu hanitishi, mimi natembea kwa imani. Nimepitia majanga makubwa lakini Mungu halali. Ningepotea nisipatikane lakini Mungu halali. Nasema kweli Mungu halali. Mungu halali. Ashajionyesha, anajionyesha, atajionyesha. Ashajionyesha, atajionyesha.
Hanging in the hustle of life as I become something much more than I could try. Tried in the shadow of death, though I arose and I have lived beyond my pride. Though you beat me down, though you kick me down, though you beat me down, though you kick me
Majanga makubwa lakini Mungu halali. Ningepotea nisipatikane lakini Mungu halali. Nasema kweli Mungu halali. Mungu halali. Ashajionyesha, anajionyesha, atajionyesha. Ashajionyesha.